I joined Synthesized 2 years ago. That's September 2019. And yeah, the process was very smooth and quick, which was great. I think the hiring process speaks a lot about the company. So I think we all have been caught in some tedious and long processes that end up being rejected by some reason that seems irrelevant to the job. But yeah, this one was quick, it was nice. Nikolai and Dennis were super nice from the beginning, and it was very challenging, which it was also great. And I can even say that I enjoyed the process, it's not something that happens usually. Well, there are multiple reasons why I decided to join Synthesize. First of all, I've always wanted to join a company, an early stage startup where your contributions really matter and really impacted to the product. Secondly, I have a machine learning background and I really like machine learning and AI, and generative models specifically is a very interesting and hot topic, because to code a product that really generates realistic data, it needs to understand the underlying phenomena quite well, which is a very challenging problem. And lastly, when I talked to and I met Dennis and Nikolai, it was great. The experience was great. I saw that they were like very knowledgeable people and very interested, and they knew a lot about the topic. So yeah, I thought there was a promising future for Synthesize, so I wanted it. At Synthesized, I started as a machine learning engineer, so I contributed a lot in the core product and the core technology. I'm really proud of my personal contributions, which made the product quite nice in my opinion. But to build great products, one of the most important things is to really understand the requirements and to really understand the problem you're trying to solve. Okay, how would you do that? How would you understand the requirements, and what's the best way? The best way is to go to customers or potential users of your platform and ask them about this. And naturally, I started talking to people, asking questions, talking to our clients. So I naturally went into that direction. And now I'm a solutions architect with it, which is a position that is like a bridge between the product and the customer. So yeah, I felt into there. Yeah, I remember quite well the first day at Synthesized. I arrived there, I met Nikolai and Dennis, the founders of the company, and I ended up staying quite late even the first day, which yeah, it was a precedent. So yeah, things were quite busy already from the first day. But it was great because even the first day that we were in the Google campus for startups, there was an event downstairs, and we ended up going for some drinks and eating some pizza downstairs, which it was a warm welcome. And yeah, Dennis and Nikolai, they were really nice from the first day. They kept me in the loop. They asked my opinion from the first day. So it was great because I was able to contribute into the decisions from the first day, which is great. I think something really interesting about talking to a lot of clients and customers is how they have like different ways to solve the same problem. And you can see how each company uses the infrastructure in a different way, uses applications and third party and open source in different ways. How you can find out how many applications, they look the same, but in the background, very different things are happening, which is very interesting. As a solutions architect, I need to understand the customer's needs, understand the problems, and feed that information into the product. Which this process, it can be quite tricky because I have to make sure that the balance between the synthesized vision and the client's need is always in the good place. Because clients ask a lot of things, they really know what they want, but sometimes they don't understand why they want it, which makes the situation a bit tricky. And yes, Synthesize is a very customer-centric company, so we want to make sure that all our customers' needs are fulfilled, but we have to weight our vision and we have to make sure we get that into the product. So I think that's going to be a very tricky balance that I have to manage well. At Synthesized, I've made great people. I think the team that we've been able to build, it's really great. There's a lot of talented people. There's a great culture. It feels almost like a family. But personally, I think probably the most important thing for me at Synthesize, it's been the learning, I'm a person who asks a lot of questions, who likes to get involved on everything, sometimes even too many things at the same time. But yeah, this gave me a lot of exposure, and I was able to learn a lot about different technologies, about different processes, about sales, marketing, and product, which is great for me. Well, at the beginning, when I joined Synthesized, for months, it was only Nikolai and Dennis, the two founders, and Simon, which is another machine learning engineer. And yeah, right back then, everyone was helping with everything from product, sales, software engineering. We had to work on everything at the same time. This was great. I got a lot of learning. I got a lot of exposure into different technologies and different methodologies, but it adds a lot of friction also, which is not great. We were able to raise some money, and we were able to expand the team, and it's been great, because right now we have more specialization, we have more people that knows more about a certain topic, and we have a more structured team. Yeah, we have a more structured team and processes in place, which makes things much better. Technology has great things going on in the present. I think one really interesting thing about one very interesting trend in technology is decentralization, and how we're going from some very centric applications to more decentralized. So for example, applications used to be very monolith architectures, and right now we're seeing the trend going towards more microservices, which are more scalable and maintainable. Then if we look at data infrastructure, the standard are data warehouses and data lakes, but we're seeing the rise of data mesh, which is a very interesting area. But even if you look at finance and web, right now with the technology of blockchain, we can see how decentralized finance and Web3 are rising, and they may be the future, which, yeah, this looks very challenging and very interesting future. So when I was a fresh graduate out of university, I just started applying to any job that I could find, because that's what I needed. I needed a job. So one advice that I would give to recent graduates is be careful with that first job, because it's gonna take a lot of weight in your career path. So make sure that you also filter out companies and offers that you are not that much interested on. So when you're in an interview process, you have to sell yourself obviously to the company, but you also have to make sure and understand the company and make sure that the company is the best fit for yourself. The future of data companies, it's very interesting. There are companies doing very cool stuff and very innovative stuff. I think as every developer right now uses DevOps and uses some Git service like GitHub or any other, DataOps is a methodology that it's quite similar to DevOps but applied to data. I think that DataOps is going to be the future. A lot of companies are going to use it, and in my opinion, Synthesized is the best option to go. There's a lot to learn out there. There's a lot of books, and people is writing a lot of stuff. So please feel free to reach us. Please feel free to ask any question personally to myself, and we'll be happy to assess you with anything.